The Roman Senate had a ritual. Every speech on any subject ended with the same 6 words. Carthago delenda est. Carthage must be destroyed. Not because Carthage was attacking them, because Rome was afraid. Afraid of an empire that stretched from North Africa to Spain to the edge of the Atlantic. This is the story of the empire that terrified Rome, and what Rome did about it. In 814 BC, a Phoenician princess named Dido fled her homeland and sailed west. She landed on the North African coast in what is now Tunisia, seeking land. She asked the local king for land, just enough to fit an ox hide, she said. She cut the hide into the thinnest possible strips and laid them end to end. The strips enclosed an entire hilltop. The king had agreed. He had to honor it. On that hilltop, she founded Carthage, the new city. We call it Carthage. The site was perfect, one of the finest natural harbors in the Mediterranean world. Within 2 centuries, that harbor held the largest merchant fleet in the ancient world. Carthage became what Phoenicia had always dreamed of, a trading empire without equal. At its peak, Carthage controlled the western Mediterranean completely. Spain, Sardinia, Sicily, coastal North Africa, all Carthaginian territory or influence. Carthaginian merchants sailed beyond Gibraltar to Britain, West Africa, possibly the Americas. The city itself was extraordinary, a double harbor, one commercial, one military. The military harbor was circular and could shelter 220 warships, each in its own covered dock. The city walls were 37 kilometers long. Inside them, stables for 300 war elephants. War elephants. Centuries before Europe had seen one, Carthage deployed them in battle. The population may have reached 700,000, larger than Rome at the same time. Carthaginian merchants invented commercial practices used in business to this day. Almost nothing of their own writing survives. Rome erased even their words. In 247 BC, a child was born in Carthage who would become Rome's greatest nightmare. At age 9, Hannibal begged his father to take him to war in Spain. His father agreed on one condition: swear eternal enmity against Rome. He swore it, and he kept it for the rest of his life. In 218 BC, Hannibal did something military historians still cannot fully explain. He marched 90,000 soldiers, 12,000 cavalry, and 37 war elephants from Spain to Italy. across the Pyrenees, through southern France, into the Alps in November. Snow, ice, rock slides, altitude. Half his army died crossing the mountains. But Hannibal arrived in Italy, and Rome had no idea he was coming. At the Battle of Cannae in 216 BC, Hannibal faced a Roman army twice his size. He encircled them completely. In one afternoon, 70,000 Roman soldiers died. Cannae remains the most studied military defeat in human history. Hannibal roamed Italy undefeated for 15 years, without enough support to take Rome itself. The Romans never forgot what he did, and they never forgave. Rome rebuilt, recruited, learned from Hannibal, then turned his tactics against Carthage. In 202 BC at Zama, Hannibal met the Roman general Scipio, his first defeat. Carthage was stripped of its navy, its elephants, its empire, left alive, but diminished. For 50 years, Carthage recovered commercially. By 150 BC, it was wealthy again. That wealth terrified Rome more than Hannibal ever had. Senator Cato the Elder ended every speech with the same line: Carthago delenda est, not weakened, not controlled, destroyed. In 149 BC, Rome sent envoys with demands. First, 300 hostages, children of leading families. Carthage complied. They gave their children as hostages. Then, surrender all weapons. 300,000 weapons were handed over. Then, the final demand: abandon your city. Move 10 miles inland, away from the sea. Carthage refused. A harbor city cannot exist without its harbor. They chose to fight. Rome declared war on a city that had already surrendered its weapons. Inside Carthage, something remarkable happened. The city became a weapons factory overnight. Women cut their hair to make rope for the catapults. Gold jewelry was melted down to fund the defense. For 3 years, Carthage held. In 146 BC, the Roman general Scipio Aemilianus breached the walls. The battle continued street by street, house by house, floor by floor, for 6 days. When it was over, 50,000 survivors were sold into slavery. The rest were dead. Rome burned Carthage for 17 days, then plowed the ruins and salted the earth. The salting may be legend, but it became true symbolically. Rome didn't just want Carthage gone, it wanted Carthage to have never existed. Carthaginian books were burned, temples destroyed, their gods forbidden. One Carthaginian text survived, an agriculture manual, because Romans found it useful. Everything we know about Carthage comes from Roman sources, from their enemies. It's like knowing ancient Athens only through what Sparta wrote about it. And yet, Carthage did not disappear completely. The Carthaginian language survived in North Africa for centuries after the city was gone. Rome won every battle, but the Mediterranean world Carthage built outlasted Rome itself. Subscribe to Brightlore. Which lost empire should we rebuild next?